Λοιπόν, με τον Everlast εδώ ανοίξαμε. Έχουμε μια έκπληξη όμως για τους φίλους της ζώνης. Έχουμε τον Michael Weston King να μας πει τα νέα από την Αγγλία. Michael, are you there? Are you listening?
I am listening. I'm here.
Okay, nice to have you here. How are you?
I'm good, thanks. I'm very well. It's lovely to be even speaking to somebody in Greece. It makes me feel warm already. So
Yeah.
that's lovely.
Me too. So tell us the news. Are you back home after a tour?
I'm back home now. Yeah, I was in Germany and Holland for 2 weeks at the end of January and early February. I'm home now for a few weeks, and then next month I go on tour around the UK, opening for the band America. Remember those guys?
Yeah.
Falls with no name, and it's a big band in the 60s, but they are touring in the UK, and I'm going on the road touring with them. So that should be good. Yeah, it should be good.
Tell us about a new kind of loneliness, a really wonderful album. Tell us some things.
Well, thank you, Dimitri.
You're welcome.
Well, I made it 2 years ago now, but it still is my most recent studio record. I made it with the same musicians who I made A Decent Man with, an album which I know you played when I was over touring there with Jackie. We got some great guests on a new kind of loneliness. Chris Hillman from the Byrds and the Burrito Brothers sang on one song with me, and Ron Sexsmith, good friend of mine and a great songwriter, sang on another track, and Jackie was also on the record. So I was really pleased with getting those people involved. We made it in Manchester at a studio owned by a band called the Charlatans. I don't know if you're familiar with the Charlatans. Yeah. They're a pretty big band in Britain. But, so we made it at their place, and also did some recording at Johnny Marr's house. Johnny Marr, who was in the Smiths. So it's very much a Manchester record. It was made up in Manchester, and apart from the famous people, a lot of the other musicians were from Manchester and the north of England, you know. So.
Michael, can you tell me about a wonderful cover for Mojo magazine 2 years ago for the Beatles Revolver tribute album, For No One? Great cover. Tell us some things about this one.
Well, a few months before I was asked to do that, I played a concert for Mojo magazine in London, and I was then, a few months later, they were putting out an album to celebrate, I guess it must have been, what, 30 years? Would that be right?
No, I hope
40 years. 40 years.
40 years, yeah.
Yeah, 40
66,
years.
Back in 66,
right.
You're right.
So 40 years since Revolver was made, and they asked different people to pick a song and record it, and that was always one of my favourite Beatles songs. Anyway, not just off Revolver. You know, it's a great song. And so yeah, I was delighted to do that. I've done a few cover mounts for Mojo. I did a Bob Dylan one where I did Simple Twist of Fate.
Yeah, I know.
So, but yeah, it's still probably, well, the most informative and knowledgeable music magazine in Britain, I think. You know, the last issue had a great feature on Nick Cave, one of my favourite artists, and but there's also the Word magazine, which is very good as well. I don't know, did you get that in?
Yeah.
That's a good
Mojo,
magazine.
Word too, great job.
Good magazine. But I was recently, I did a tour before Christmas with two great songwriters, Peter Bruntnell and Jeb Loy-Nichols, and we ended the show doing another but old, kind of obscure Beatles song called I've Just Seen a Face. You know that song? Yeah. From, I think it was on Help, I think it was. But so, you know, you can you play a song, and even if it's an obscure Beatles song, people know it, you know. But so it was great to be involved in that Cover Man record.
Okay, Michael, can we expect a new record soon, maybe?
Well, there's not the. I've just recorded an album of duets, which is like a pure country record. So that is made, recorded, but we're actually now just talking to different record labels. So that will be, I guess, the next new record, but it won't be under my name. That will be under the name My Darling Clementine. It's like a band, basically. But I'm going to be making a new solo record in the next couple of months, and I'll be starting work on that pretty soon. Yeah. Hopefully we'll be out. Hopefully that'll be out by late summer or the autumn. You know. So.
Okay. So Michael, thank you very much for your time for this interview. Okay.
Thank you, Dimitri. Lovely to speak to you, and I'll hopefully see you maybe in the summer if we can get over to Greece. I hope to.
Bye-bye, Michael.
Take care, man. Cheers. Bye. Bye.